Yo, listen up. Life don't hand out blessings lightly. Now it tests you first. Every struggle you face, every late night tear, every time you got knocked down and still got back up, it's God whispering in your ear, saying, You made it through for a reason. A woman blessed by God carries a fire in her chest that no one can snuff out, a heart that feels the world's pain but still chooses to love. You move through life like a queen who knows her crown is already on, even when nobody else sees it. You got that instinct that don't lie, that faith that don't waver, and a presence that changes the energy of a room without saying a word. And if you're sitting here wondering whether you're one of those women, I'll tell you this. You already are. From your resilience to your compassion, from your intuition to your ability to inspire, every piece of you is proof that God didn't just give you life, He gave you purpose. So today, we're about to break it down, 10 signs that show your blessings ain't hidden. They're shining through every move you make. Keep your mind open, your heart ready, because what you're about to hear, it's real, it's raw, and it's for you. Resilience isn't something you are born with. It's something life forges in you when the weight of the world keeps pressing down, when doors slam shut and the nights feel endless. A woman blessed by God carries this resilience like an invisible armor, one that doesn't just protect her, but also propels her forward. She has learned that every setback is not a punishment, but a message, a divine push guiding her toward her purpose. Life will test her patience, her strength, and even her faith, but she rises each time, not because it's easy, but because her spirit refuses to break. When the world tells her she isn't enough, she reminds herself that God's measure of her is greater than any judgment or expectation. This resilience is seen in the way she faces heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment. She feels the pain fully, acknowledges the tears, and lets the sorrow teach her something about endurance and the depth of her own spirit. It's in the moments when she could give up but chooses to fight, when she stumbles yet finds the courage to stand again, that her blessing becomes evident. Struggles aren't merely obstacles, they are the anvil on which her character is shaped. She understands that every challenge carries a lesson, and she listens to those lessons with the kind of quiet strength that commands respect without demanding it. Her resilience is also reflected in how she approaches the unknown. Life rarely hands us clear instructions, and yet she navigates uncertainty with faith and determination. She trusts that her path is guided even when it seems shadowed by doubt, and that faith itself can be a weapon against fear. The ability to keep moving, to keep believing, and to keep building even when the outcomes aren't guaranteed marks a woman as divinely favored. It's not about pretending that life is easy or that struggles don't hurt. It's about acknowledging the difficulty, facing it head on, and refusing to let it define her worth. Resilience manifests in both the grand moments and the small, everyday choices, the quiet persistence of waking up with purpose after a night of sorrow, of speaking her truth even when it shakes the room, of showing kindness when bitterness seems easier. These acts are the heartbeat of her divine blessing. A woman who embodies resilience transforms obstacles into opportunities, pain into wisdom, and failures into stepping stones. She doesn't just survive, she thrives. And in doing so, she becomes a living testament to the strength that God has placed within her. Each struggle she overcomes is a sign, not of the hardship she has endured, but of the power that lives inside her, a power that grows stronger with every trial, shaping her into someone who is not only unbreakable, but also profoundly inspiring. She models for others what it means to be faithful, grounded, and unwavering, demonstrating that resilience is not a trait, but a lifestyle, a sacred rhythm of rising, learning, and moving forward. Unshakable self-worth is a force that cannot be borrowed, bought, or given by anyone but oneself, and a woman blessed by God carries it like a fire that refuses to be extinguished. She knows her value, not through the applause of the crowd or the approval of others, but through the quiet, unwavering connection to her own soul and the divine that made her. It's a confidence that doesn't boast or demand attention. It simply exists solid and undeniable, and it radiates in every step she takes. When the world tries to tell her she is too much or too little, too bold or too soft, she stands firm because her worth is anchored in something far greater than opinions. This self-respect shapes her decisions, her relationships, and the way she navigates life. She doesn't settle for anything less than what honors her spirit because she understands that God blesses her with boundaries that protect her energy and purpose. Unshakable self-worth also shows in how she handles criticism and rejection. When someone doubts her abilities or questions her choices, she listens, learns if there's truth to be found, but never allows another person's perspective to diminish her sense of self. She recognizes that external validation is fleeting, but internal belief is eternal. This inner strength is visible in how she treats herself and others. She doesn't chase approval, she radiates integrity. She invests her time, love, and energy wisely, knowing that her resources are precious and that self-respect demands discernment. A woman who embodies unshakable self-worth doesn't apologize for existing in her fullness, and she doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. She walks in her truth, speaks her mind, and honors her own boundaries without guilt, showing the world that valuing oneself is not selfish, it's sacred. This confidence is not loud or arrogant. It's steady like the calm in the center of a storm, and it draws others in because it resonates with authenticity. Her unshakable sense of value becomes a blueprint for those around her, teaching that self-love is not negotiable and that respect begins with oneself. She understands that when she walks in her power, she also lifts the people she encounters because her strength doesn't diminish theirs. It inspires it. This blessing manifests in choices that align with her dreams, in relationships that honor her, and in moments where she refuses to compromise her essence for temporary gain. It's a divine marker showing that she is guided and protected, that she carries something rare and sacred within her spirit, a light that refuses to be dimmed. She moves through the world with the knowledge that her presence alone carries weight and meaning, that she is deserving of love, success, and peace, and that no one has the authority to redefine her worth. Her confidence is not built on perfection, but on an intimate awareness of her strengths, her flaws, and the unwavering truth that she is created intentionally, beautifully, and powerfully. It's a quiet rebellion against a world that often undervalues women, a statement that she knows her value, and that knowledge cannot be taken away. Empathy is more than feeling what others feel. It's a sacred power, a gift that allows a woman blessed by God to touch hearts and transform lives. She senses the weight people carry, the silent battles that go unnoticed, and she meets those struggles not with judgment, but with understanding. Her heart becomes a safe space, a refuge where broken spirits can rest and wounded souls can find comfort. This kind of empathy isn't shallow or performative. It's raw, real, and deeply rooted in her own experiences. She has known pain, disappointment, and loss, and through those trials, she's learned to extend compassion that heals. People are drawn to her because she sees them, truly sees them, and in her presence, they feel acknowledged and valued. A woman who carries this gift understands that empathy doesn't make her weak, it makes her strong because it requires courage to open her heart without fear of being drained or hurt. She doesn't avoid the suffering of others to protect herself. Instead, she engages with it intentionally, knowing that her ability to love and understand is a reflection of God's work in her soul. Her empathy manifests in subtle ways: the way she listens without interruption, the way she offers support without expecting anything in return, the way she mirrors hope for those who have lost sight of it. It's in her words, her gestures, and even the quiet spaces she holds for people to be themselves without shame. She also recognizes the boundaries of empathy. She knows she cannot carry everyone's pain alone, yet she approaches each life she touches with sincerity and a willingness to share her light. The healing she offers doesn't come from fixing problems, but from being present, validating feelings, and empowering others to reclaim their strength. Her empathy ripples outward, inspiring those around her to act with kindness and understanding, creating a chain reaction that transforms communities. This divine gift allows her to bridge gaps between hearts, mend invisible wounds, and awaken hope where it's been lost. It's a form of power that is quiet but unstoppable, a reminder that God blesses those who can carry love in a way that restores, uplifts, and motivates. Even in her own struggles, she finds ways to connect with others, using her experiences as a map to navigate pain with grace. Through empathy, she becomes a living testament to the healing presence of faith, showing that compassion is not just an emotion, but a calling. Her ability to understand and share in the suffering of others does more than soothe. It awakens, teaches, and transforms. In a world that often prizes toughness over tenderness, her gift is revolutionary, a reminder that softness can coexist with strength, and that the heart has a capacity to endure and uplift simultaneously. Every act of understanding, every moment of patience, and every gesture of care becomes evidence of her divine blessing, demonstrating that she is not only surviving life's challenges, but using her heart as a weapon of healing, a tool to bring light into places shadowed by pain, and a mirror reflecting God's love to those who need it most. Intuition is a language of the soul, a quiet voice that whispers truths no one else can see, and a woman blessed by God carries it like a compass that never fails. She moves through the world with a sense of knowing that goes beyond a logic or reason, a deeper awareness that tells her when to act, when to hold back, and when to trust the unseen hand guiding her path. This intuition is not just instinct, it's a divine connection, a sacred rhythm that aligns her choices with the purpose God designed for her. She has learned to listen, even when the world screams for her to doubt herself, to second guess, or to seek validation from others. The moments she trusts her inner voice are the moments she walks in clarity. The moments she ignores it are the ones that remind her why she must always return to that still, undeniable guidance. A woman with this gift recognizes patterns, senses danger before it arrives, and feels opportunities long before they appear in the physical world. Her intuition protects her, guides her, and empowers her to navigate life with a precision that seems almost supernatural. It is sharpened by her experiences, refined through trial and error, and strengthened by the quiet moments she spends listening to her heart and her spirit. She does not rely on luck or chance. She relies on the connection to the divine that pulses through her every thought, feeling, and action. This gift also teaches discernment, the ability to separate what aligns with her truth from what is meant to distract, manipulate, or diminish her. She senses authenticity in others and recognizes deceit without needing proof, because her inner compass is tuned to the energy that surrounds her. Intuition gives her courage to make bold decisions, to walk away from what no longer serves her, and to embrace the unknown with confidence. Knowing that every step is guided by something greater than fear, it allows her to act decisively, not rashly, but with a quiet certainty that comes from the trust she has in herself and in the divine plan that flows through her. This intuitive awareness isn't always loud or dramatic. Often it manifests in small, subtle nudges, a feeling in her gut, a thought that won't leave her mind, a sense of peace or unease that demands attention. And when she honors it, she avoids pitfalls, seizes opportunities, and grows in alignment with her purpose. People may call it instinct, luck, or coincidence, but she knows it is far more than that. It is a sacred dialogue, a constant reminder that she is guided, protected, and chosen for a life that exceeds what the eye can see. Her intuition allows her to move confidently through uncertainty, to trust herself when others doubt, and to create a life that reflects the blessings she carries within. It is a quiet power, a sacred skill, and a constant companion, shaping her journey in ways both visible and invisible, and proving that a woman who listens to her inner voice walks in the direction of God's favor and divine timing, even when the path is hidden from view. Faith is not just a belief, it's a force that can shift realities, and a woman blessed by God carries it like an unshakable foundation and beneath her every step. She trusts in the unseen, in the plans that stretch beyond what the eye can measure, and she walks boldly even when the path is uncertain. Her faith is not blind. It is tested in storms, strengthened in struggle, and proven in moments when giving up would have been easier. She knows that life will challenge her patience, her courage, and her hope, yet she stands firm because she understands that every trial is temporary and every hardship carries the potential for growth. This kind of faith moves mountains because it is active, alive, and relentless. It is not just a silent prayer or a fleeting wish. It is a constant declaration that she will not be defeated by circumstance, that she believes in the divine orchestration of her life, even when the world suggests otherwise. A woman with this faith walks with confidence, not arrogance. And she inspires those around her to believe in possibilities they may not yet see. Her trust in God's timing allows her to endure delays, disappointments, and detours without losing hope. She knows that blessings often arrive in seasons, not in moments. And that patience guided by faith produces results that are lasting and meaningful. Her faith is also reflected in her resilience. It gives her the strength to rise after failures, to continue pursuing her dreams when obstacles appear insurmountable, and to maintain hope when others around her have given in to despair. It creates a lens through which she sees opportunity in adversity, lessons in pain, and light in darkness. This faith shapes her actions as well as her mindset. She moves forward, not recklessly, but with a confidence that is grounded in trust, knowing that every step taken in alignment with divine guidance carries power. It influences her relationships as she chooses companions and connections that resonate with her values and spiritual alignment rather than succumbing to fleeting trends or societal pressures. She speaks words that uplift, encourages hearts that falter, and models a life that reflects the reality of a spirit anchored in belief. Her faith is not passive. It is a living force, a driving energy that transforms doubt into determination and fear into courage. It allows her to dream without limits, to persevere without complaint, and to rise without apology. Even when the world tests her resolve, she clings to the truth that she is never alone, that her life is guided by power far greater than circumstance, and that she has been chosen to walk a path that, while challenging, is abundant in purpose and blessing. Faith that moves mountains is the heartbeat of her spirit, the unseen strength that carries her through storms, the quiet force that assures her every struggle is temporary, every loss is a lesson, and every step she takes is part of a divine plan unfolding perfectly, even when the outcome is not yet visible to those around her. Inner peace is not the absence of storms. It is the calm that thrives within a woman blessed by God even when the world around her is raging. She has learned that life will throw unexpected challenges, that people may betray her, and that circumstances will often feel unfair, yet she carries a stillness that cannot be shaken. This peace comes from knowing that she is guided, protected, and loved beyond measure, and that no external chaos can diminish the light that burns within her soul. It is cultivated through reflection, prayer, and an unwavering trust that the struggles she faces are not permanent, but rather part of a larger, divine design. A woman with this gift does not react impulsively to every disturbance or let anger and frustration dictate her actions. She observes, she listens, and she responds from a place of clarity, not from the confusion that surrounds her. Her serenity acts as a shield, allowing her to navigate conflict without losing herself, to make decisions without being clouded by fear, and to maintain a sense of balance when others are falling apart. This inner peace also empowers her relationships as she does not carry the weight of unnecessary drama or the toxic energy of those who do not serve her highest good. She sets boundaries that honor her soul, and she nurtures connections that bring growth, love, and support. In moments of uncertainty or loss, she draws on this peace like a reservoir, finding strength in stillness and perspective in quiet reflection. She has learned that rushing or forcing solutions often leads to chaos, but patience and faith allow her to move through life with grace and dignity. This calm is not complacency. It is an active choice to remain grounded, to maintain faith in her path, and to embody the stability that others may lack. People are naturally drawn to her because she radiates a sense of security and calm that feels like a safe harbor in a turbulent sea. Even when faced with criticism, opposition, or hardship, she holds her center, knowing that her worth and purpose are not defined by temporary setbacks or the opinions of others. Her inner peace is a reflection of her spiritual maturity, a sign that she has learned to surrender what she cannot control while actively shaping the parts of her life she can. It allows her to remain focused on her goals, resilient in the face of trials, and compassionate to those who are still learning how to find their own calm. In a world that often glorifies chaos and conflict, she is a living example of strength through serenity, demonstrating that true power is not in the noise we make, but in the quiet confidence of a soul anchored in truth. Her ability to stay centered is a blessing not only for herself, but also for everyone who crosses her path, showing that peace is contagious and that a woman who masters it becomes a beacon of hope, guidance, and divine alignment, carrying stability wherever she goes and reminding the world that calmness is not weakness, but the ultimate strength. A true measure of a woman blessed by God is not only in what she achieves for herself, but in the way her presence shapes the lives of those around her. She has a gift, a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what she can see, touching hearts, inspiring courage, and awakening potential in others. Her influence is quiet but undeniable. It doesn't demand attention or recognition, yet people feel it in the way she carries herself, in the compassion she shows, and in the authenticity of her words. Every smile she shares, every act of kindness, every time she lifts someone up without expectation becomes a testament to the divine blessing within her. She understands that her life is a platform for impact, that the choices she makes, the energy she radiates, and the values she embodies create echoes in the hearts of others. This influence is not rooted in authority or control, but in example, by walking her truth, embracing her purpose, and remaining steadfast in her faith. She models for others how to navigate life with courage and integrity. People are drawn to her because they sense her sincerity, her strength, and her understanding of what it means to rise above adversity. Her impact is visible in the confidence she instills in others, in the way she encourages people to see their own worth, and in the moments when someone feels empowered to keep going because she believed in them first. She knows that influence is a responsibility, and she wields it with humility, knowing that her blessings are meant to be shared rather than hoarded. Even small gestures, a listening ear, a word of encouragement, a compassionate presence can spark transformation in ways she may never fully realize. Her ability to inspire goes beyond immediate outcomes. It plants seeds that grow over time, fostering hope, resilience, and faith in those she encounters. By living authentically and embracing her gifts, she shows others that they too can rise above challenges, honor their own worth, and trust in the guidance of a higher power. This impact also extends to communities, families, and networks of people who benefit from her integrity, wisdom, and love. Her presence becomes a force of healing, motivation, and empowerment, proving that one person walking in alignment with their divine calling can influence countless lives. She recognizes that her journey is intertwined with others, that her blessings are multiplied when shared, and that her life serves as a bridge, connecting people to possibilities they may not have imagined. A woman who embodies this power understands that her significance is measured not solely in accomplishments or accolades, but in the positive change she fosters, in the hope she ignites, and in the example she sets for generations to come. Every interaction, every decision, every act of grace becomes a thread in a larger tapestry of influence, showing that the blessings she carries are not only for her own growth, but for the growth of the world around her. Through her life, she demonstrates that being blessed by God is not just a personal gift, but a call to impact, a divine responsibility to uplift, inspire, and leave a legacy that transcends time, shaping hearts and transforming lives wherever she steps.